Yo, we are here with Marcia,
Hi.
who is a school teacher and has a bunch of kid gaming. You run gaming club, or kids are in. You're kind of the
Tabletop
homeroom
gaming
for
club.
the gamers.
Yeah.
Tabletop gaming club. We're out here in the Big Island, and what's up? Some of her students are out here. Elementary school, middle school. By the way, welcome and much love chat here with Marcia. And yeah, I wanted to share. I mean, how you're doing this and the idea behind it and the mission and why it's worth it to do, because you drove out and help the kids with cards and stuff like that.
Well, I wanted to give the students in the community somewhere to go during non-instructional time at school. Initially is where it started, that was educational, and give them a way to
hold it close, but if
unplug.
You can like scream into the phone, yeah, that'd be good.
And give them a way to unplug and be educational, and
right.
And as part of that, Magic became one of the games.
You want to step outside? The thing just ended. Okay, we'll keep it running.
Okay.
So basically, unplug, educational. I want to ask you about that, like Magic as a way to unplug. Like, why do you think that's important?
Well, it teaches the kids a lot of skills. I mean, it teaches them strategy, and especially for younger kids, math. It actually teaches them how to read. Some parents come in here with their kids, and they say, my kids read better now because they play these kind of games, and it also teaches them very good social interaction skills. I mean, that's part of what we're teaching them. I mean, my students are pretty awesome. They introduce themselves, they sit down, they shake your hand, say good luck.
Yeah.
It teaches them that kind of person-to-person, face-to-face interaction,
Right.
which when you're plugged in, a lot of the social niceties kind of just go by the wayside.
I agree. We spend so much time on the screens, and it's nice to be able to unplug. I mean, when I grew up...
What do you like?
What up?
He's videoing.
Yeah. When I grew up, I didn't have like phones, and we didn't have screens, so I think it was okay to take a couple hours and play video games and computer games. But now kids are on their phone, in class, in between the breaks, before, after, 90% of the time.
Yeah.
People don't really need more time on the screen, so I think...
Yeah, so this is awesome. I mean, it gets them a way to interact and not be plugged in, and that's the awesome part. They're still learning, which we managed to sneak in somehow, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the kids...
Learning should be fun, it shouldn't be not fun. Yeah,
for sure. And that's the awesome part. I mean, we're still managing to teach them, but in an environment that's fun. And the biggest things for me was when I started this, I wanted a fun, safe, educational thing. And so all these games that we teach, that they play, cover all of those things, and we provide a safe place for them to be.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. I mean, the community out here is an underprivileged one.
Yes.
And so being able to provide that for the kids is a huge deal. Their parents tell me all the time how grateful they are and thankful they are that we give them a place to go, because there is nowhere else like this in this community.
Are you talking about your classroom, or are you talking about Game Escape?
Both.
Here?
I mean, because we used to do stuff on the weekends for the kids before we opened the shop. So this has become an extension of the club in general. The idea is giving the kids a place to go. So I mean, on the weekends there was nothing. So I'd reserve places and bring the kids out, and we'd play Magic and run tournaments.
Not even playing. I noticed people were coming in, hanging out, going out for food.
Yeah.
Going to the gym from
place.
here. Yeah, it's just kind of a hub.
Yep.
I'm curious about your class, how you make it like, the hub for gamers. We had a teacher like that in our high school. Mr. Spangenberg, I don't know if anyone watches.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Mr. Spang, the marine biology teacher. I don't know if it was because you walk into school and his is like right there. He wasn't even into games. He would just sit in the back.
Well,
But,
that's just it. You have to open, as a teacher, you have to open your classroom up to the kids. And that's a choice as a teacher, because during non-instructional time you don't have to. But, there's a need. And, my biggest thing as a teacher is I want to be able to provide for my students. I want them to be the best they can be. So, I mean, I'm sitting here for 20 minutes. I can still do work, because these kids are really good kids. I am really, really lucky. My kids are so awesome. I can let them in my classroom and they play games. And they're, it's like every once in a while I have to be a teacher. Hey, knock that off. Yeah. But, in general, they're very good. And so, I give them the opportunity to do this. And I'm really lucky that the schools provided me with a huge classroom, because I teach drama and
that's fun.
STEAM classes in addition to math.
STEAM classes?
Yeah, science, tech,
Okay.
art, math. Yeah, so we get to do all these crazy experiment things. But I have this huge classroom, so it's awesome because the kids have all these tables to play on and hang out. I mean, there are some days that I'll have 30, 40 students in my classroom during recess lunchtime.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just like...
I know, are they all playing games or just hanging out or eating their lunches?
They do everything. They come in there, they play Magic, they play chess. We have other board games in there as well. You know, and some of them are young. Well, I also got them last year a ping pong table, so they've learned how to play ping pong too. So there's a little bit of physical activity in there.
That's fun, going to the big drama room with the ping pong table, people playing games, people eating lunch and stuff like that.
It's fun, and they come in, and so I mean, we get a lot of times a lot of kids just wander in that have never come in before. Curiosity, you know, or some of the other kids that may not be into the other games. Like there was one day kids were playing chess at a table by the door, and the doors open because it was hot. Like 6 kids wandered in. Hey, you guys play chess? You know, so it's really random, and it's pretty awesome because I think games cross what would be considered normal social lines at a school. I mean, half our club is the football team. And
that's awesome. Right. So you got the nerds and the jocks, and they're the same people.
You know, and so the games manage to cross different boundaries that you would normally associate. So that's what's really cool. I have a lot of interaction with different kids in our school, and that's what's awesome. And you know, I work with a lot of the teachers and the people that have students with special needs, and they come in too. One of my best chess players is a kid that with special needs. He comes in, and he can't come in all the time, but he comes in and he plays chess, and the club members are so awesome and they're supportive of him, and they, you know, he kicks their butt. It's awesome.
Hey, what advice would you have to, say someone's a teacher out there and they're trying to get something? And by the way, you also should check out our buddy Sean Pottinger.
Oh, for
on
sure.
YouTube, it's MTG 808 Junior, MTG Junior 808. But yeah, what would you say to someone? Could be anywhere in the world. You know, maybe they're a new teacher, or their school doesn't have this, or what would you say if they're just trying to start it?
I would say the biggest thing is open your classroom up to the kids. I mean, the kids will help direct some of it. However, reach out to the community. I mean, that's what I did. I reached out to the local gaming store, and they are so supportive. And the community itself.
Did they help out with cards?
Yes, they helped with that.
That's
they helped support us with tournaments, and you know, that's how I met Vizzy. Well, and through Vizzy and everything, and then I kind of met you through Sean. You know, it's kind of like this whole connected universe of gamers, right? And what's so awesome is like you guys who are the players give back to the kids in ways that I could never do as a teacher, because you teach them how to play. I just facilitate.
I just beat them.
Oh, but you know, it's a learning experience for them, right? I just provide a location for them to come play with you guys. The actual gaming community is what is teaching them to be good people. Right. You guys teach them the skills. You guys teach them how to play. You guys teach them how to play correctly.
Yeah.
You know, so they can leave
how to be a good winner and
my
loser,
club
ideally.
and go anywhere and play Magic. And you know, they may not be the best player, but they know how to play correctly.
And then you can make friends anywhere in the world doing that. If you're in a new place, just drop in.
And so if a teacher really wanted to, I would say definitely reach out to your local gaming stores or, you know, wherever else, and get in touch with the community, because the community is very supportive. When they find out that what they're doing, their efforts is helping the youth, that is helping the future of their gaming,
that's cool. Where
awesome.
It spills over. It's not just in lunch break or whatever. It's actually Saturday they're out here at the game store.
And they come out here every weekend. I mean, my students could be doing anything else, and I get usually 10 to 15 students in here every weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you know, and they love it, and they're very appreciative of it. You know, so it's really awesome. It makes it very fulfilling and worthwhile.
So reach out to your LGS and see if they'll help with some cards
and the community itself. Yeah. You know, check out Facebook. There's a lot of local Magic communities and different gaming type of communities that have Facebook pages. So check out.
Yeah, all of your students are in the Facebook group or whatever.
Yeah, and like Big Island Gaming for us, that's the local gaming community. I think you're.
I believe I'm in there.
Yeah, and so and you know, just through the community itself, like that's how I got in touch with you, and I reached out to you, and look, you're here now, and my students are like, wow, that is so awesome.
Well, I love dropping by the local community and just seeing what's going on.
And then, you know, we have a ton of kids that come in here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I bet you weren't expecting that. I mean, you don't see that many kids that are just
this is definitely something special, hence the video, so.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I have anything else to add?
Come on, visit.
Come out. Yeah, I'll be back here next spring, hopefully, for a longer time period. But Marcia, thank you so much
Yes,
for
thank
what
you.
you do.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And if anyone, say, wanted to contact you with questions, is there any way they could do that?
Yes, they can hit us up on Facebook. It's at Game Escape, and it's with a 3, not an E.
Yeah.
And,
this is how you can get in contact.
On Facebook, and we also have a phone number. It's on our Facebook page, or you know, there's a million ways, I guess. Social media, Instagram, all of those.
Gamescape.
Yeah. So yeah, and then you know, we're accessible through you.
Yep.
Yeah, and
can,
Magic,
write
and
me.
they can look us up on WotC as well.
Okay.
We're obviously on the WPN, so our store's located.
All right. Thank you so much.
you.
I hope you found this useful. Leave a comment if it was good and hit that thumbs up.
Thank you.
And speak with you guys soon. Peace.